This is 5 great knives that I don't think anybody can go wrong with. We're going to show more than 5 as we move forward, as you will see, because they will relate. This is the Kershaw Launch 19, and it is a USA made automatic from Kershaw. And man, Kershaw does a really good job with the Launch series. They have a ton of models in their Launch series. You really can't go wrong with any of them. This one's in CPM 154 steel, beautiful satin finish, aluminum handle, deep carry clip. It has a G10 scale on this side, but it looks like micarta almost. Looks really good though. Like I said, nice strong spring. This thing smacks hard. Great sharpening choil and finger choil, good ergonomics, the blade shape. Literally the whole entire design is going to be a great functioning tool for the majority of people. The price is a little bit on the high side with this one, you know, for the materials, but it is USA made and it is really, really, really good. I have them right now in the NEEVEKNIVECO link if you want to check them out. Let's get to the next one. Next one is the new GiantMouse Ace Biblio XL, the large version. So the Biblio's been out for a while, but it was much more compact. And you know, when I got one, the original, it was way more compact than I even thought it was going to be. This one is the perfect size EDC. It's an Italian made knife, LMAX steel, which, you know, that is one steel that I think Italy usually does a decent job with. I love GiantMouse's micarta. If you want to try high quality micarta, GiantMouse is the way to go. This is a green micarta. I know some people that don't understand micarta look at this and say that's green. Well, as it looks like kind of almost light brownish when you first get it, but as time goes on, it gets darker and darker and darker and darker, and it turns into a really earthy, dark green. Great action, phenomenal flipping action, great hold deployment for the reverse flick. Gotta love a manual knife with multiple forms of deployment. It does have ceramic caged bearings, steel liner, good access to the liner, deep carry clip that's reversible, and this clip works great. So as far as carrying goes, amazing knife. Then like I said, man, this is a great size, and the blade shape and handle just work together so good for use. This is a phenomenal user. I like this knife quite a bit. Now, this one's not part of the list, but I also really love the Jutland. If you like, you know, the micarta and, you know, maybe the materials on something like this, but want it in more of a hunting style knife, or maybe you just like trailing clip point blades, check out the Jutland. This thing is really badass. It does come with a titanium backspacer, and you can also get it in G10, by the way. I should have said that. You can get it in orange G10, you know, if you're really hunting, so that you don't lose it out in the field. But again, very similar to this as far as a great detent and action, super smooth, all around badass knife. Both of these are really, really good. I don't think you can go wrong with either one of them. Next is a knife that is on sale, and I'm not sure if they're still available right now, but these were originally like $170. You can get them right now for like $120 on the sale that Kizer is doing. 20 CV, aluminum scales, and it feels very, very premium with their clutch lock. This, in my opinion, is the best crossbar lock that's ever been made. It is an adjustable one, and it does come with stronger springs, so not only can you set it from lighter to stronger, but you can also change out the spring and make it even stronger, you know, than the strongest setting. Yeah, very, very smooth, as you can see. This to me is very similar and is going to be in the same realm as a Hogue Deca, a Benchmade Bug Out, and then they also have the Kizer Drop Bear. Now, I freaking love both of these knives equally. This one's in 154 cm. This one also comes in 154 cm. In a micarta version, so you can get this in a little bit more budget friendly if you want, just like this one comes in a more budget friendly option as well with micarta, or you can get it in fat carbon fiber, titanium, or many other different colors, or sorry, scale options. This one is in, I think, LMAX. Yeah, this one's in LMAX in blue fat carbon fiber with a titanium milled spring pocket clip, deep carry. And again, it has the same clutch lock, which, like I said, man, Kizer does the best job. This thing, listen to this, just listen. Great detent for a crossbar lock, great ergonomics. I love this spear point blade. I love the swedge. I think it has great geometry. But like I said, lots of different versions and flavors if, you know, like depending on what you want and your price and things like that. They do really good quality micarta. This is a very fibrous micarta, so it is going to attract the oils. But all in all, just an extremely good knife. Both of these, you can't go wrong with either one of these. Like I said, if you really like the bug outs, the Hogue Decas, but maybe want to save a little bit of money or get a little bit better materials or whatever, check out those. Now, this next one I recently got, and this is the Quiet Carry Large Waypoint. I am absolutely loving this thing. I've been carrying it ever since I opened it. I threw it right in the pocket. I've broken down all kinds of cardboard. I have been using the hell out of it. I'm gonna need to sharpen it soon. Very deep, hollow ground, Van Axe blade with a super thin blade. This is 85 thousandths. This thing is so thin. 15 thousandths behind the edge. Titanium scales with this micro milling that's almost like, it's almost like a file. It feels so good in the hand. Then we have a titanium lock side with a deep carry clip and a steel liner lock. It is on washer action, but it is getting very, very smooth. They have larger thumb studs. And by the way, you guys probably know this from the original one, which is a smaller version. And I'll only briefly do this, but just so you can see the size difference, quite a bit bigger. And then they also have another large version that's contoured. So this one has contoured G10 scales with titanium liners and a thicker blade. So this one's gonna be a little bit more robust, very good still. I love both of these. But this one, because of that slicey blade, this one's definitely my favorite of the three. And Van Axe steel, man, awesome steel. Love the steel. I do think it's a steel that you usually want to sharpen pretty quickly. Not saying that, you know, I don't know. So this is the thing. I'm guessing here. So I don't know if it's susceptible to edge burning from the belt when they sharpen it, or if it's just a steel that doesn't do great with a belt sharpened edge and it eventually will need to be sharpened or be sharpened pretty quickly. I've seen some that go pretty much dull like right away and then you have to sharpen it. But once you sharpen Van Axe, that's it, everything goes up, man. This, I'm talking about like incredible incredible edge retention. Now, this one, I don't think it has a burnt edge at all because I broke down a ton of cardboard and it's still cutting paper. However, it does not feel very sharp. So I think it just, you know, it's having a really long lasting working edge, which I'm happy about. But I know once I put my own edge on there, the fine edge holding ability will go up. Maybe I should do a test on Van Axe and see how well it does between a fine edge and a working edge. And that's just basically a hair shaving edge versus a paper cutting edge. Now, if you like this, but it's too rich for you, right? Too much money, which I understand. These are made in Taiwan. They are not affordable knives. You could always go with the button lock Elementum. This is the large version. Highly recommend this knife. This is an exclusive one, so you can't get this one, but you can buy this one and get the Flytanium scales. They're actually even better than this. These ones are original from Civivi, but like I said, it's an exclusive in 20 CV steel. That's why it has a flat grind and the original has a hollow grind. I actually like this one better because of the hollow grind, because it's slicier. But the titanium does feel nice and it has, you know, nice weight to it. It has a titanium clip. But anyways, the point is you can buy the Flytanium scales that are contoured titanium for the Elementum. So there's a lot of similarities between these two. And, you know, a lot of people know I love this knife, so of course I'm going to love this one. But the ergonomics, the blade shape, the straightforward profile where it, you know, just works in any grip and very ergonomic, beautiful spear point blade with a deep hollow grind, 14C 28M, micarta scales, deep carry clip that is reversible, TA hardware all the way around, but this is a gravity knife. So while it does lock open and it locks closed, so when it's closed, it is locked. And I actually like the way this thing sounds. You can really feel that locking gauge in the open and closed position. But anyways, all you do is push the button, swing it out, and then once it locks, you know, just make sure your finger's off the button. As soon as you push the button, it swings out. You just swing it out, and then bam, it's locked up. Same thing with the close. It is very fidgety. You can flick it, but you have to time the button and get your finger off of it pretty quickly. That's kind of the way this one was made, for you to flick like that. But anyways, the point is that if you like that straightforward design, like the Quiet Carry Waypoint, this is the smaller one again. The Civivi Elementum button lock, the large one, is the way to go. Just make sure if you're gonna buy it, make sure you don't see a flipper, because they do have button lock versions that are smaller that have flippers. This one's my favorite version of all of them. Another thing you might recognize really quick before we get out of here, you can see that, you know, these have some similarities. Well, they also kind of, in a way, remind me of the Sebenza, which is another knife I absolutely adore. Granted, this is, you know, a little bit different blade shape, but they have, you know, the overall same type of profile. Very neutral, straightforward handle, hollow ground, low-tipped blade shape. And yeah, I love the Sebenza. It's not going to be for everybody. It is washer action, just like this guy, which I would love to see this thing on bearings. This one is on bearings, but the actual shape and profile, in my opinion, is a good looking knife. I think that the Sebenza is one of the best looking knives ever to come into existence. I think it's like, it's so, it loves pictures. Let's just say that. It just looks so damn good in every picture you take. I do have aftermarket thumb studs, by the way. I do not like the thumb studs. So anyways, there you guys go. Just a quick look at 5 knives that I don't think anybody can go wrong with. Work hard, stay tough. Until next time, peace.